So, family, we're back after all this time. Watch Talking That, and I have a special guest this time. And I hope you all enjoy the video. Let's get started. Who is Helga Babushka?
Who is Helga Babushka? A lot of people have been asking me that. Who is Helga Babushka and how did you end up becoming Helga Babushka? Obviously Helga Babushka is not my real name. It was just a made up name where I accidentally posted a video of me while I was doing gardening, and I asked my partner if he could take a video of me, and then I asked him, "Hey, take a take a video of me, record me." And so he was just making a joke or making fun in a way like, "Hey everybody, this is my Filipina gardener. Her name is Helga or Babushka." So I posted that on TikTok and it became viral. And then people were like, "I don't think Helga Babushka is a Filipina name." And I said, "You know what? That's my name now from now on." So Helga Babushka. And that's how I became Helga Babushka. That name was born in, well, I think 2021.
So, during this time, I mean, was this your YouTube beginnings? Like, what was your ultimate goal of what you wanted to do as far as YouTube was concerned? Like the beginning stages. Like, what you wanted to do on YouTube?
Okay, so at first, before I started TikTok, I was posting a bunch of videos, me going to the park. But really, my original niche to start the YouTube channel was about the Philippines, Philippine culture. But then during that time, I was very shy. I don't even like being on the camera taking selfie while I was in public. So I was very shy and my confidence was very low. So that's the reason why every time I post of me and my partner just going out to the park and just going for adventure, I would never talk. I would always just post just video without me talking. But then one of my friend mentioned to me, "Hey, you may be able to get more subscribers if you start talking." And I said, "No, I don't want to do that because I'm really shy. I don't know how to talk." And then he's like, "Why don't you start making TikTok videos? Because you could bring traffic from your TikTok to your YouTube channel." I said, "No, because TikTok, you have to post 4 times a day. And I don't think I have a lot of time for that. Plus, again, my confidence out there is not very good."
I saw your earlier stuff on YouTube that where you're doing the reviews and things like that, with the what was it, the eye stuff, the makeup kit looking thing, and your eyes swelled up and stuff like that.
So,
I saw that. And so
yeah,
I thought that was interesting, like showing you from the beginning stages of what you were doing up
yeah.
till now. So knowing that, what was your very first thoughts when you went viral?
I think I thought of it as everything I do is just a learning career for me. I try a lot of things to see what works, what would not work. When I first started my YouTube, I started off, I think, adventure because I love adventure. And I also thought of doing maybe cooking because I love cooking at the same time. But then I thought if I do cooking, I might end up getting stuck in the house all the time. I love to travel. That's what I want to do. So maybe I will say no to cooking. So I did try beauty thing, but it's not like I'm not really into beauty stuff. And then I know for sure that in the future, if my channel will go up, I might end up get promoting products that I do not agree, because I'm that kind of person. I will only agree to the things that, oh, I cannot lie for the sake of money at the same time.
Mhm.
So I thought that was not me. So I said to myself, why not just focus on that one, stay on that niche and forget about the beauty stuff, forget about the cooking stuff, and just focus on just about Philippines and relationship when it comes to Filipina and foreigners. And here I am.
I watched a video where there was an investigator. I think he was like, I can't remember if he was from Europe or something like that. He went overseas to like China, and he
Mhm.
saw that a lot of the products that they were selling were actually fake products with chemicals in them that caused people to break out, things like that, that were just dangerous and toxic to the body. So I thought that was interesting, so when you mentioned that on your, I think it was like your first video or second video, that
Maybe.
was just interesting to me. That brought me back to when I watched a video like that. Now, my
Yeah.
next question for you is Passport Bros.
Okay, passport bros, okay. Okay, go for it.
What's your thoughts on the like? What's your genuine thoughts about Passport Bros? Because I got my own opinion. I'll share it afterward.
Sure. The idea of that is I don't mind it. The reason why I started at first, I started promoting Passport Bros was because I guess during my TikTok niche or contents, people were asking me if, especially black men, hey, Helga, are Filipinas attracted to black men? So this is the very first thing that when they asked me, so I did tell them what my real opinion or what I experienced from being in the Philippines. And I said before that no, not a lot of Filipinas are attracted to black men because, of course, a lot of Filipinos, we also experience discrimination there against dark skinned people.
I've
And
heard.
yeah, if you have dark skin, you tend to get bullied a lot. And so that's why a lot of Filipinas are preventing from marrying black men or black skinned guy because they don't want to bring that experience against when they have kids of their own. And if the kid will come out black, which will always they always come out black, and they might experience bullying, and the mom, especially the Filipina, they already experienced the bullying and they already know what it's like being bullied. But then on top of that, a lot of Filipinas were commenting, you know what, yeah, maybe a lot of Filipinas are not attracted to black men, but there are many Filipinas who are also attracted to black men. And so eventually, or before that, when I posted the video of me telling everybody or posted a video that no, not a lot of Filipinas are attracted to black men because of your color, because they think this and this and that. So people were really mad at me because I was telling what I had to say. And some of them were calling me racist, calling the Philippines racist. So, and I thought, you know what? Like, that's what I experienced. I cannot lie from that. And then eventually, maybe a year later, that's when I started promoting Passport Bros. That I said, hey, guys, there are many Filipinas who are attracted to black men.
Right,
So
right.
you should marry Filipina because you don't know. Like there are many Filipinas out there who are attracted to black men. So that's why I started promoting Passport Bros. And
Now,
they're happy about that.
oh no, no, go ahead, real quick, go ahead.
No, they're happy about that. And then I guess that's when I started talking about Passport Bros, a lot of Western women were mad at me. And at the same time, they were like saying just bad things about Filipina or Asian. And then I think a lot of black women in general, they were accusing me that I was getting paid by the Passport Bros for promoting them.
Mm.
I said, okay, if that's what you think, but I know that I'm not getting paid. I don't even get paid on TikTok. And so I was like, you know what, whatever. But then I also noticed that a lot of Passport Bros were bashing me.
Mm.
They were just like saying bad things about me in their channel. So that's when I decided that, you know what, I'm not gonna fully support Passport Bros anymore because not all of them are, I call them kings. And a lot of them are hiding behind Passport Bros because supposedly Passport Bros are good men, not bad men who will just go to the Philippines to just fool around women. And so that's the kind of like I was against. And I don't want a lot of those men will go to the Philippines to just fool around and take advantage of my Filipina kababayan. And so
Mhm.
that's why I stopped promoting. And then a lot of Black men again message me, Helga, please do not stop promoting us because, or talk good things about that us, because there are many of us who are good and sincere and are serious when it comes to marrying a Filipina. So I was like, you know what, yes, you're right about that. And then next thing you know, before when I stopped promoting Passport Bros before, they thought that again Black women were paying me to not promote Black men anymore. I was like, okay, you can think however you want. You don't know the truth. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna start promoting Passport Bros anymore, regardless of how many men or women will get mad at me. Because you know what? I'm only standing for what is right, and I will stand for that no matter what happened.
Mhm. See,
Yeah.
my thoughts on Passport Bros. I don't mind you having a passport and you traveling and learning cultures and different people and in the history.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. But when you're on a sexual escapade, like a lot of them are, but they
Yeah.
call themselves, they, like you said, they hide behind that title of being
Yeah.
a passport bro. Not only that, but some of these men who call themselves passport bros, they aren't willing to work with the women that they've had a relationship with. They don't have quite enough experience in relationships in
Yeah.
order to make things work. They just kind of get upset with a person and don't have patience with them to work with them.
Yeah.
That kind of irritates me a little bit. So they think that they can just tell a woman anything and they'll just go and do it like the snap of their finger. So they're going overseas to try to get whatever they think
Yeah.
is considered being a what's the word that a lot of them who follow Kevin Samuels, a woman who's being cooperative and
Yeah.
traditional,
Or submissive, you mean?
right, submissive, and the wrong ideas. These are unrealistic expectations of women that they're
Yeah.
requiring. And if you think some woman's just gonna sit up and do your feet and cook you all the, you haven't even earned it yet as a
No,
man.
I think a lot of men, I think, okay, because I'm doing matchmaking too, so I interviewed a lot of men and women at the same time. I just feel like a lot of men, they think that, oh, hey, I'm a foreigner. I have dollars. I can just go to Asia anytime I want and get all the women I want. Yeah, it does work, but you are not you won't be able to attract the quality women if that's what you're thinking. You are only going to attract the wrong women in your life. You will get all the women you want, but they're not the woman that you want to be, or they are not the woman who wants to be with you for the rest of your life, because they only look at you as a dollar sign, not necessarily like, hey, I want to be with you because you're a good guy, you have a potential of being a good husband.
Yeah,
um
yeah.
and that's why they just go to Asia and just fool around with
And
women.
another thing, the mindset isn't right.
Yeah.
See, I don't know how it is in Canada or whatever, but in America, like a lot of stuff is racially driven, and a lot of the newer generations, they don't appreciate where they come from and the struggle and things like that that have happened over time. So when they're going overseas, they're looking to get a fantasy and exoticism fulfilled within their psyche.
Yeah.
So that makes them like this ego thing because they can't, you know, they aren't successful enough over here in America, in my
No,
opinion.
that's why they go to Asia, right? For me, honestly, I call those guys leftovers because no one wants to be with them anymore. But sometimes being leftover is not a bad thing. You can either be a leftover in a way that you can still be okay to be eaten, or you can be a leftover that no one will ever touch you anymore because you are just that bad as being
Mhm.
leftover. So that's why they go to Asia, because again, they're just leftover, right? But so yeah.
And
And
I've
then
seen plenty of videos lately where the women that they've married and had kids with, they aren't acting, they get upset. The women get, you know, they aren't as patient with them. They get upset just like any other woman around the world. And that's something
yeah,
that these men are missing. You know, they're missing the fact that women aren't just gonna be this quote unquote submissive thing that you want. It's
yeah,
unrealistic. It, you have to understand women are gonna test men. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Women, it's just a, I guess the yin and yang thing, but women aren't just gonna be these people that you think they're gonna be. They're going to test you.
For
They
sure.
have to know that you're going to be able to hold them down. That's
Yeah,
just what it is. No matter
yeah.
who you are around the world. I don't care if you're white, black, Asian, purple,
Mm.
yellow, polka dotted. It's just a reality in this world that is always going to be there. Women are always going to test a man's manhood.
Yeah. And you know what? The thing that really annoys me is a lot of these men, they want to go to Asia or especially Philippines to look for a traditional Filipina that
Hmm.
has a lot of values. But then on top of that, they are treating these women as if they're talking to Western women. Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
So,
I saw
and
one guy, I think he was like in South America somewhere, like around Brazil area. He
yeah,
got they were no, it wasn't South America. It was can't remember if it was like Dominican Republic or something, but the women were trying to finesse him. And he was about to physically fight these women because of whatever happened,
yeah,
which is crazy.
yeah,
But this some of the stuff that goes on. If you leading with money, people are gonna expose you,
for
you know.
sure. Yeah, definitely. And then I think a lot of these foreigners, they just think, hey, I'm a foreigner. I have a dollar sign on my forehead. So when I go there, I can just get any woman I want.
Yeah.
But again, they just rely on their money, right?
Yeah. Now lately you shared a number of videos with your significant other.
Yeah,
And out of curiosity, if you could tell us what makes your relationship work, because you two been together for quite a bit of time.
yeah.
What makes your relationship work for y'all?
Maybe because I think mainly is for me, I think we both work hard for it.
Hmm.
But at the same time, obviously, we both have this different culture, right?
Hmm.
So based on my past, I had a lot of mistakes when it comes to relationship. So I was trying to learn from those mistakes. And because I met him and I thought he's the guy for me. And I was like, I don't want to lose this guy. So I want to work hard in a way that, not in a way that I'm the one who's always doing all the efforts.
Hmm.
So I'm working hard in a way that how can I how can I get along with him? How
Hmm.
can I have peace with him whenever we argue or fights? And so I just learn a bunch of the stuff, and at the same time I'm also learning about how relationship works, and there's like, law of attraction behind it there too, because I learn about law of attraction, how
Hmm.
relationship works. You attract who you are.
What was some of the things that you learned out of all that toxicity that it taught you more than anything?
So I thought that by just acting like a Filipina, like a pure traditional Filipina, and will argue back this and that, it would work. Because at the same time, I feel like he was in love with me, but at the same time, I feel like he was not in love with me. And so there was a lot of hurts from there. And the next thing you know, I end up being with him. But that relationship, I left, completely left, because it was just really bad. So with him, I kind of like try to act the same way, but then it's not working out. I was like, oh, shoot, this is a different water. I thought I can
Yeah.
just, I can dive in. And so
Yeah.
I tried to be that same person from the second relationship, but it was not working. I was like, oh, no, no, no. I better be careful what I do with him. I cannot act in a way that I want to act. I
Yeah.
don't want to lose this guy. So I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? That's when I started studying about how relationship works.
Hmm.
And that's why for me, with my matchmaking service or program, I'm able to give advice when it comes to relationship towards Filipina and just in
Right.
general.
Right. Um, I mean, talk about the importance of balancing your relationship.
Honestly, the most important thing is really communication.
Hmm.
That's the foundation of your relationship. Without communication, I don't think you're gonna have a better relationship. Then second thing is um honesty.
Hmm.
Honesty is really like the most important thing. Like, you
Yeah.
know, with the communication thing, I just have to communicate with him rather than like, how Filipina, when they are upset with their man, they tend to do sulking or tampo. and they would not talk to them for days. We can even go for weeks if we want to, honestly.
Hmm.
I was like that before. And I did it with him and it did not work. And so yeah, so that's why it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna communicate. I'm not gonna bring my Filipina mentality anymore where I just do the tampo because it's really not healthy. This is the
Yeah.
this kind of guy is different. So so we did work that out, and then when it comes to yeah, we did work that out. You have to think, men, they're very very easy. Men are so easy to please.
Yep.
This is what I learned. But the thing is, we women, we make it complicated because of how emotional we are.
At least you're willing to admit it. Some aren't willing to admit it.
Well, again, this is what I learned, right? And
Yeah. Yeah.
men is they decide based on their logic.
Yeah.
We react based on our emotion.
Yeah.
So as like I need to balance it out because obviously there are things that I think I know even though I don't, and he knows about it. So most of the time, if I agree with him, I just let him lead our relationship. So I
Right.
let him lead the things that he knows he's capable of, and then he let me lead the things that he is not capable of doing. So that's why we try to balance it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's next for Helga Babushka, and where can people find you?
Well, mainly it's just for they can find me on TikTok, they can
Okay.
find me on YouTube, and in the future, obviously for the men who are looking for a Filipina,
Hmm.
they can find me through Instagram where they can just message me. So I'm on Instagram mostly, and then TikTok and YouTube. I have Facebook, but not really active
On it
one.
as much as Instagram and TikTok
Yes,
and things like that, and
yes,
YouTube.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that those are the contents that they will find
And
me.
what I'll do, I'll just link all your ads or whatever in the description, and we'll go
Yeah,
from
sure.
there.
Yeah.
But everybody, that is Helga Babushka. There we have it, my fellow YouTubers. That was Helga Babushka. Lovely lady, funny. Um, like, comment, and subscribe to all her channels. And she has Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. And what more can I say? She's an amazing person. And also, if you have not subscribed to this channel and you're just running into it, please subscribe, like it. More content on the way. I know it's been a while, but we're getting back on our grind, family. So watch Talking Act, but don't just act, people. Create solutions. Peace.